Hey there folks, I'm Aaron Young. A negative geared property is a thing of the past. It is a crucial topic at the moment for so many investors. For more, I'm joined here at the desk. 𝐓𝐢𝐜𝐤𝐿, founder and CEO at 𝐓𝐢𝐜𝐤𝐿 Real Estate. Great to see you.
Thank you very much, Aaron, for having me here.
Why should people be avoiding negatively geared properties?
It's a hottest topic in town right now. I think the government is basically phasing it out or talking about phasing it out. But I think it's a blessing in disguise. I think investor, as an astute investor, should always think about not negatively gearing and should actually be talking about positively geared properties.
Has it become the kind of lazy place to go for a lot of investors?
Yes, and look, I mean, this old adage, this thinking, this mindset of, hey, I'm going to pay money right now from my taxable income for this particular property, and I'm going to keep losing this money in a way where I'm going to get valuation update or refinance or growth in this particular property over the next 10, 15, 20 years. For me to transition into retirement using this property that doesn't work anymore. Because if you really think about it, going down the path of 10, 20, 30 years down the track, even if your value of the property has gone up by say 100% or 200%, right? When you decide to transition into retirement, your only way forward is to basically sell these properties, which means that tax office is there taking 30 cents or 40 cents on a dollar, and there is a big tax bill at the very end of the day. So
talk to us about rooming houses and perhaps some other properties that are alternatives.
Correct, yeah. So rooming houses are basically the type of properties where you have various different rooms rented out separately. So in Victoria, for example, you can do 9-bedroom, 9-bathroom, tenanting out individually. As an average investor, buying 9 properties is almost impossible, right? People can only dream about owning 9 properties, whereas this is like 9 tenancies at $300, $400 per week in rental coming back to you at a price of a single property. They are becoming quite mature in its investment stage, where the banks are looking at providing rent, finance against them as well. And the interesting bit is that these properties are easier to hold, easier to manage. There's a big demand, there's a big market for it right there out there.
So talk to us about these boarding houses. What's the difference between them and rooming and hostels?
So when you're talking about boarding houses and hostels, these are very different to them. They are fully furnished. They're attracting quality tenants like working professionals, hospital staff, university staff, students. So they're not typically, you're not sharing amenities. What you're doing is you're living in a nice, cozy environment with a bit of an outdoor area to you. You can compare them to commercial properties, but even the best commercial property today, you can buy them at around $1.2, $1.3 million, and the best yield that you're going to get out would be maybe 6 or 7%, whereas co-living properties can generate almost $140,000 in passive income and net of $40,000 in passive income after mortgage repayments, and they sit in an average yield of about 10% after mortgage. So it's really, really out there where, when you compare them to normal residential properties versus commercial properties, they're a hybrid of the two, but they're the best of both worlds.
So avoid negative gearing, have a look at rooming. What about commercial? Just talk to us about that, because right now we know that commercial has really struggled over the past few years because of COVID, a lot of people working from home. Is that likely to change? Are things likely to get better for commercial?
Look, commercial properties still have a place in your property portfolio journey, your investment journey. The biggest problem with commercial properties right now is, office spaces are not hiring as lucrative as possible. There is a lot of vacancies out there. Where the opportunity in commercial market is typically around warehousing, because everyone is working from home, but people are still buying a lot of stuff online. So warehousing is a good place. I see a lot of activities in commercial space around medical centers, vet clinics, and especially in non-metro areas. So there is still an opportunity there in commercial. But when you compare them to co-living properties, of course, the return for investors is a lot better in co-living versus commercial properties.
𝐓𝐢𝐜𝐿, thanks so much for dropping by and explaining it to us today.
Thank you very much, Aaron.